I mean, I think the biggest thing was just he kind of took what they gave him. Look, they were chose not to guard our bigs, and just sag off them and kind of, basically dare them. And I thought for the most part, we took the right number of threes and the right number of shots, but also found some paint touches and were able to play out of those. But I liked our defense throughout tonight, especially in that first half. Our numbers were really good. The start of the second half was really good, and we let them get going a little bit from three there. But by and large, kind of just one of those games. Got a little weird feel to it because they were multiple zone looks and not guarding guys and stuff like that. So it kind of takes you out of rhythm a little bit.
Just with the defense, did you feel like there was an opportunity to be pretty disruptive? I think 15 of their turnovers came in the first half, and you guys were forcing a lot there.
Yeah, we were trying to get up, pressure the ball as best we can. We didn't think we did a great job against Nichols the other night, but again, Nichols is quick, and so we're kind of gapping them a little bit. But yeah, by and large, I thought we did a nice job with that.
Was this another good example for you guys of seeing what potentially awaits the first round there in March of a team like this kind of coming in for you guys?
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to prepare and experience a little bit of everything, and this is something. Some of that stuff, some of their zones were ones we hadn't seen. I mean, I'd never seen it before, where they just don't guard two people and stand in there, and basically just are more than happy to let your foreman shoot threes. So, you know, people like to kind of junk it up and try everything, against us, and it takes a while to kind of get your rhythm, get your feel, and especially when that first one doesn't go in, maybe for one of those guys, So then, but Ben did a nice job of hanging with it, and Mike was making plays around the rim. So, by and large, the whole group did a nice job.
It's kind of a weird feel to it. Is you kind of sense when these teams, you mentioned the other night, they come in here and they're really amped up to play you guys. Can
Yeah.
you see that right out of the gate with some of these maybe slow starts? But yeah, you see some of that.
I think everybody's pumped up to play. I think UConn was extremely pumped up to play us, and that's just kind of who we are. But these games. I mean, I don't know how many of these I've had now, but there's no students in here. We got Christmas break coming. I mean, you can just look across the landscape of college basketball. They're not, for 18 to 22-year-olds, it's kind of hard to ignore all that's going on, and you need to buckle down. And so I kind of liked how we started today. Actually, I thought we were energetic and intense, and much better than the other night. I thought the other night really had kind of a lackluster feel to how we came out.
Back and forth with Bucknell after that quick start. What sort of got the rhythm back in to have a strong finish in the first half and a great start to the second?
I think the defense was consistent, and then we finally made some shots, which is what you want. You want your defense to be consistent enough so you can kind of weather the ups and downs. And we even go back to that Kentucky game, right? Our offense was on fire in the first half, and we couldn't make a shot in the second half, even though we were wide open. So that's where you need your defense to be rock solid and consistent to kind of help you through those lapses.
You feel like after the two losses to UConn and Kentucky, the fixes that you wanted to make the last two games, last two wins, you feel like you guys have kind of addressed those issues?
I mean, look, it's just an ongoing battle all year. There's you fix one over here, and then you got to make another fix over here, or maybe you neglect working on some areas. I mean, we were just talking in the locker room as a staff. Hey, we got to go back and revisit some of these things because it looks like we slipped a little bit here, and you fall into the game planning for everything, and sometimes you just got to get back to just your basic core and offensive principles and defensive principles, and kind of get the guys back kind of leveled out.
What is the plan for the upcoming stretch? When do the players kind of have to come back to report? And
They'll be back Christmas Day, so they'll come back. We got to get at least a sweat in Christmas Day to start getting ready, which is going to be a really, really, really physical game, man. UCLA's playing really, really hard nose defense, keeping the scores down, turning guys over, and so that's going to be just a real physical challenge, much like the UConn game.
do you think maybe their older, more experienced roster of transfers kind of enables them to do more of what Nick likes, with push on the defensive end? They can
Yeah, I mean, I think most of his teams, by and large, have been able to do that. I think they added those, the young freshmen, all of them, I think, were from overseas, and I think that was probably a hard adjustment for some of those guys. But this team's definitely got the Mick Cronin feel to it.
What does it mean to be able to extend the series? I mean, it's been 4 straight years, the last 4 years of good battles, and obviously a lot of history with them. And is it important to you to keep that series going as much as you can, I guess?
Yeah, no, it's a great series, obviously. I mean, we've had unbelievable, history of games, and obviously it's UCLA, so, it's a good series for us. I mean, it's certainly what TV wants to see and fans want to see. And this year, it's another one of these high-level games, that'll, help seeding and all that, and doesn't hurt you in any way, shape, or form.
Show that off the last couple of days.
Really just on the offensive end, taking what the defense gives me and then just being aware on defense, trying to be one step ahead, trying to bring over my film work to the live game, just so I could be prepared as much as possible. It's all about preparation before the staff puts together a good game plan, and then we just got to continue to execute. So I'm going to continue to preach.
With UCLA up next, real tough team down there in Inglewood. What's that game kind of looking like to y'all? How do you feel going into that?
We always feel great going into a game because we know who we are and we know how much work we put into this. Now, we know it's going to be a physical matchup and it's probably going to be a good game. All in all, we just got to give it our hardest and our best effort when that day comes, and even on the way leading up to it.
Nolan, you've been a part of a couple wild ones with the Bruins. Can you just kind of take us through a little bit of that history and looking forward to Saturday's game?
It's always a rumble, man. It's always a good time playing against UCLA. Yeah, man, all my guys are looking forward to it. This Christmas break's going to be good to, rejuvenate, clear our minds, and, get right back to it. And this is the perfect game to come back to, I feel like. So we're ready.
How do you guys handle the next stretch of days when I imagine both of you guys will have a chance to go home? How much work are you doing when you're back home? How much working out, shooting? Obviously, I'm sure spending a lot of time with family too, but how do you guys each approach the break there?
I'm not going home.
Yeah, I'm not going home.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Mm-hmm. So we got the gym.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that the case with most of the players, or
More than usual, I would say. Yeah, more than usual.
Yeah.
does that have anything to do with the recent stretch of games, or just kind of wanting to lock in, or?
Nah, we got practice on Christmas, so we just gotta be back. We gotta be locked in, man, for when we come back. Some guys are still gonna go home, enjoy themselves, enjoy their time with their families and Christmas and whatnot. But I'm sure they'll still be working, getting their work in, finding time to take some time off. But hopefully they can find a good, healthy balance. Myself as well.
With you guys being seniors on this team, you have any special plans for being around the guys on Christmas Day? Like anything cool you guys want to do, or just get some work in?
Not really, man.
NBA hoop.
Yeah,
That's
probably
it,
like
for real.
video games
Yeah.
or something, man. Yeah,
Just chill out, man. Let's enjoy our time.
time off a little bit.
Any more for you guys?
What was your guys' reaction when you saw Coach Few's Hall of Fame nomination? I mean, that's a pretty big deal. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Did you see that, Grant?
Nah, I didn't. That's fresh
No,
news
it's
to
epic.
me.
It's epic, man. It's epic, and it's what he's been preaching. He's a good dude, man, and everything he preaches, it's portrayed to everybody, in the public, and the accolades, it speaks for itself. He's been in it for a long time, and all props to him.
It's only right.
Yeah.